To quote the words of physicist William Harman, how we perceive the world and how we perceive ourselves inside of it is as we have been culturally hypnotized to perceive it. Remember, how we see determines what we see. It is delicious and nourishing truth chocolate to get this life preserver thrown to you. It's what keeps us from being poisoned by swallowing so much image-obsessed pressure, expectations, and heartbreaking suffering that encircles the lives we have all been born into. An unobstructed, clear perception yields phenomenal power. Simply put, taking back our perceptual lens shatters the totalitarian control over the global population, because the world that we all live in has been designed to hijack our focus and keep us distracted from seeing what is real. Compliance and obedience has governed humankind since the dawn of empire and then subsequently religion, where we have handed over our own perceptual lens to others. Whether we realized it or not, we handed it to others to tell us what to think and what to believe, to keep us feeling safe. It's not to demonize that, it's to understand it. But when we read the fine print, it tells us, when we worship anything or anyone, we will lose the doorway to ourselves and we will lose our own inherent capacity for immense power. It's a pretty unequal trade-off. We must finally know the divine is not above life. It is the center of life, of all life, of everything. Which brings us to this. Instead of believing in some anthropomorphized deity that has been sold to us with all the attending violent dogma which does surround religions and cults, watch some Netflix documentaries, y'all. The human species now begins to see that divinity dwells within the very principle of life and aliveness itself. And being able to see and trust in what can be called Geist begins to liberate humanity one at a time out of perceiving reality through an external lens where we fear others because we cannot see ourselves clearly. So may we finally understand this gigantic epiphany for the human condition, and that is one short sentence. Please memorize it in your heart and tell everyone. All hatred and fear originate in self-blindness. Conversely, as we open wide to see the beauty inside, we then see the beauty in all things that is just waiting to merge the totality of the observer and the observed into a miraculous and multi-dimensional unity of a cosmic clarity via a full circle. Profoundly, this is where our age-old divisions between subject and object, between out here and in here, all dissolve and melt away. And we begin to finally understand, with some necessary attending astonishment, yes, this is huge. The world is the way it is around us because of the way that all of our worlds are within us. Indeed, Eugene Wigner, one of the leading physicists of the 20th century, said, "It will remain remarkable in whatever way our future may develop, that the very study of the external world leads to the scientific conclusion that consciousness is the ultimate universal reality." How about that? We are cosmo-electromagnetic beings, and one of the greatest gifts you could ever be given in this entire existence is to understand that all of us, every one of us, chooses our own frequency in this life, and that this spirals out and defines our entire existence, and, very crucially, the unfoldment of our own destiny. So let us align with the actual beauty of ultimate reality that is awaiting us. This is called bigger picture living. This bigger picture living, it's an everyday cosmic consciousness, and it provides a strength, a buoyancy, and a depth of intelligent wisdom that is simply unparalleled. Bigger picture living shatters our linear illusions and our society's many constricting, ruinous beliefs. Bigger picture living is the active remembrance that there is no them and us. There's no one who is ever above or below you. It's mind-boggling, the similarities between empires and a 6th grade school cafeteria, which is why this new model exists, so we can all level up. We can all bloom and evolve in ourselves first, and then to help others do the same. Not for some expensive private coaching price tag, but for free, because peace is a mother-flowering universal human right. And may you finally know, peace is oxygen, and no one has the right to sell you air. Our species must urgently learn to work together if we are to survive these times of enormous changes. And all of the infighting we currently see between groups and between ideologies, all of the infighting is simply a reflection of how disconnected and shut down the majority of us are individually. But it doesn't have to be that way. You deserve so much better. And that is the sacred plasma fire of why all this work exists. Because I can't help that I love you. It burns in me that no one, not you, not anyone else, should ever feel like they are drowning in themselves, or that they don't belong in this world. You do belong here, and we need you. Our world needs you. Our world needs all of us to navigate this unsustainable and self-induced global dumpster fire that we have unintentionally all created as a species. It's now exploding before our very eyes, and we need everyone to work together to lift up this bright new world that is now emerging to be born. We are all meant to lead together, side by side, because as of September 2025, there are now 92 countries engaged in armed conflicts, 92, and 59 state-based conflicts globally. There are also now 12,241 nuclear weapons on planet Earth, and that means that there is now more war and more weapons in our world today than ever at any point at any other time in the history of the entire human species. Take that in. There are 2 billion adults right now living in war globally, and 500 million kids living in war right now today while you're watching this. So ask yourself, why is this? This is absolutely not any form of progress. We are dangerously devolving at this juncture. The only thing we need to kill is our concept of a holy war, our denial, our complicity around normalizing war and violence. The simple truth is as follows. It is because we have broken models that we have a severely broken world, and all this destruction of life, which is to say, this failure of the human species to understand ourselves or to understand that the meaning of life is life. This savage brutality of a real-life Hunger Games playing out around the world cannot and must not continue. Perhaps the greatest irony is that the groups of people who are the ones attacking and killing others generally claim to be the most evolved and advanced. This is bluntly put both insane and obscene. Anyone who engages in war is primitive and is exemplifying the most abject and fundamental failure any human being could ever display. This clarity is enormously imperative. War is the epitome of the unevolved, the unright, the jealous, the fearful, the vengeful, the weak, the pathetic, and the atrophied. These are not leaders. They symbolize arrogance, entitlement, self-absorption, and a disastrous level of irresponsibility that must be held accountable for all the collateral damage and destruction of life they are causing. This truth is even in our language. Get this, the root word for mine only, or a distinct, separate, private group is idio, which, guess what, is the exact same root for idiot. Science, for decades now, has genetically disproven any illusions of any notion that there is something called my people. We are genetically one group of the human family, where individually we simply have different physical features called phenotypes, which are only based upon, and here's the key, environmental adaptations. Basically, our environmental adaptations have been determined by which geographic pathway that all of our individual ancestors took out of Africa some 60,000 years ago. That's the simple naked truth. And it is staggering how many people do not get this, or more accurately, do not want to get this. It's called intentional blindness for a reason. Note, it is not a luxury to be aware. Awareness is a necessity of being human, and so is courage. We are meant to help each other become aware and to be brave, not to exploit and hatefully undermine each other. We all have a fundamental responsibility to identify truth. And on that topic, what we call ethnic or racial groups has zero basis in biological reality, and that's a big truth. Our ancestries are really just defined by ancient migratory patterns. How is this unknown? Do the research. Ancient migratory patterns, not your genetics. This has been known for decades. This is like saying, the people I traveled with on the freeway tonight, I now need to have them all over for dinner because these are my freeway people. I am only going to trust them. I will kill for them. I will also pool all my resources and money together together to protect them so we can only help our other freeway people. What? Are you serious? It is astounding, our collective willful blindness to the functions of reality, biological and cosmic alike. This is why anyone who engages in war or violence is a remedial human. This has got to be known. There is no such thing as genetically based ethnic groups. We are only different geographic migration groups, but we are all the same fundamental human composition internally, even though we may have unique and different physical features externally. How do we still not know this? The Human Genome Project in 2003 confirmed humans are 99.99999% identical at the DNA level, and that there is simply no genetic basis for any groupings of race or ethnicity. Everyone should know this. We might have different cultures, which is beautiful, different foods, different traditions, different music, but we are all the same presence and substance of humanity internally, just with different journeys. How wonderful that is, that we are meant to learn from one another, from different cultures. We are meant to be inspired, not to fear or destroy each other. When humans obtusely worship the external over the internal truth, we create disasters of our own making, like our world right now. And once again, nature speaks this exact same truth. Simply observe genetic diseases that certain groups carry due to their insistence that they keep to their own kind, which does not exist. This is also known as inbreeding. Nature is telling you via genetic disease, we are making choices against life as a whole, as there is no such thing as our own groups genetically. This is a perceptual illusion. When we insist upon clinging to those who look just like ourselves, we weaken and sicken ourselves and others. Note that the strongest and healthiest people biologically are absolutely the most ancestrally diverse. Nature is brilliant, yes, but humans seem to be unspeakably, horridly unwise. Mind you, the name Homo sapiens is Latin for, yes, wise humans, and we have yet to live up to that name. But there is still time on the clock, waiting for us to open our eyes to real reality. Yes, currently, we are killing each other over our beliefs and illusions, over our own self-blindness and our inability to move out of our primitive limbic brains and actually learn to communicate. Yet, to quote Amit Chowdhury, it is only through loving and depending on the mysterious and incomprehensible that we come to embrace the strangest thing of all, the whole of life itself.